Hi boys and girls, Miss Brooks is here to help talk about how to tell time. This is my anchor chart and it's going to tell you step by step exactly what to do when you see an analog clock. An analog clock is like this one. It's round usually with our numbers 1 through 12 in a circle. And if you remember, we have 12 numbers on our clock because there are 12 hours in the morning and 12 hours at night. And that's what we use when we're telling time. So the first step in telling time is when you look at a clock, you're going to see two arrows. You're going to see a short arrow like this one. It's called the hour hand. It's going to tell you the hour of the day. So that means if it's 8 o'clock in the morning when you wake up, that short arrow would be pointing at the 8. If it's 4 o'clock when you take a nap, it'll be pointing to the 4. Wherever this short arrow tells you, that's going to tell you, wherever it's pointed, that's going to tell you the hour of the day. The longer hand that you're going to see on a clock, because every clock has two arrows, is the minute hand. And the minute hand tells you the minute of the day. So if it's 4 o'clock, great. But then after 4 o'clock, it might be 4:05 or 4:10 or 4:15 or 4:30. As the hands move around the clock, those arrows, the time changes, and you have to know how to read the time as it changes as well. So the first step is easy. Look at the short arrow, look at what number it has passed, and write that number. So this number is on, this arrow is on 4, so we would write 4 right here in this blank. Miss Brooks is going to write 4 because that's 4. Okay, we don't know what minute to fill in the other spots because we don't have a minute hand there. That's just to show you the hour hand is the short arrow. And this says it's 4 o'clock. Now, if it was in between, like say the arrow was coming right here, we would still say 4. That's why it said, look at where it just passed. So it's right there. It would still say 4. But as these hands move around, this starts getting closer to 5 because it's going to be 5 o'clock next. So right now it still says 4, and even right here it would still say 4:15, 4:30 or something like that. Now on the minute hand, I drew a picture of both arrows, the short and the long. The long arrow tells the minute of the day. The short one tells the hour of the day. So let's think about what this says. We know that this short hand tells us it is 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. But it's not really a clock because we got to see where this long hand is. The long hand is over here by the 4. Am I going to say 7:4? No. When we're counting by the minutes, we start at 12 and count by 5s all the way around. And we stop when we get to the minute hand. It's tricky, but I know we got this. And the more we do it, we're going to know it through and through. So let's do what it says. We're at 12. We're going to start here. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that means the time is 7:20. So on the second clock, I have to write a different time. It says 7:20. And that's how that looks. 7:20 o'clock. Now, let's keep counting by 5s and see what other minutes we could include. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. We come back to 60, we'll know that's just going to be 0, 0 actually. So Miss Brooks is going to change that to say 0, 0. Because when we're writing our time, if it's pointing up at the 12, if the minute hand is on 12, then we know that it's o'clock, just 0, 0. And no minutes have passed on that hour. Okay, let's practice with our Mr. Math Birdie.